Hello everyone! In this video I will show you how to enhance a fairly simple underwater audio effect by modifying the audio based on the character's depth underwater. At the end we will receive an effect like that. The underwater effect applies when camera is submerged, and the audio files crossfade as a character dives deeper underwater. I'm using MetaSound for this tutorial, but once you set up a depth parameter, you can send it to any middleware to crossfade your audio files. But if you are interested of me showing how to actually implement it to voice or F mode, please leave the comment below and I'll record that video. Let's go! First thing, that to add any logic to our water body component, we need to convert it to Blueprint or C++ if you work in C++. And it's just lake, select. Now we can open event graph and start putting logic in here. First we need to check if our character actually is in the water, if it overlaps with water body component. For that we'll create just simple variable, boolean one, in water. Compile, and it's gonna be set on actor begin overlap and on actor end overlap. We gotta unset it, uncheck it, sorry. Then on event tick, we're gonna check if our character in the water. Branch. So once we know that our character is in the water, we need to check if it's underwater or above the water. And we're gonna compare our camera to our water surface. For that, we're gonna access our camera first. It attached to player controller. Get player controller. Now we need to have access to camera manager, get player camera manager. And here we can get surface, location, camera location. Now we need to have our water surface location. For that we will get water body component, and from that get surface info at location, at what location, our camera location. And because later we're going to compare z value, we're going to split struct pin first, the same here, and connect every value. And we're interested only in Z location, surface location, so we're also going to split that pin as well. And our out water surface location Z, it's going to be our variable water surface location Z. Set. And our Z location of camera location, it's camera location Z. Okay, now when we have that variables, we can compare them. So if our camera location is greater than surface location, then we above the water. And if it's less, then it's underwater. So we're interested in underwater. That's what we're gonna check. If our camera location is it, and water surface location less than water surface location, then branch, we are underwater. To check if it works, we're gonna first print screen underwater. Yes, you can see that. Okay. Yeah, because it sends information every tick, we have it, that message even after we leave the underwater. Okay, so if we're underwater, we need to play our underwater effect, audio effect. I already prepared audio files. I have 4 audio files for different depths. And also I have 2 audio files when our underwater effects start and when finish. Oh, opposite, but you got the idea. So we're gonna create a MetaSound underwater loop first. In the MetaSound I have on play input and stop input. And they connected to 4 wave players, 4 because I have 4 audio files. If you have less or more, then you of course need more. And each of that wave player has out to crossfade node. 2 of them because crossfade is mono and I have stereo. So I have out left, out right, and they connected like that. I also created depth value input. So the range is the amount of audio tracks you have. I have 4, so it's from 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it actually should be 3. Okay. And how that crossfade node works, so if I have 0, value 0, then I play 100% of input 0. If I have 1, then I play 100% of input 1, and so on. And if I have 0.5, then I have accordingly 50% of audio 0 and 50% of audio 1, and so on. If you have more than 4 audio files, then you need to have crossfade 5, 6, 8, and so on. And on finish, when every of that audio file stop, trigger any, I have finish of that MetaSound. So it sounds like that. When my depth value change, I have crossfade between my 4 audio files. In our blueprint, because I know that we're gonna have few steps, we start with sequence to keep everything organized. So if it's true, if we're underwater, we need to spawn our MetaSound. Because it's connected to event tick, we need to do it only once. Spawn sound 2D, and it's gonna be our MSS underwater loop. So when we spawn it, we need to promote return value to variable, and it's gonna be our underwater audio. So once we spawn our audio, we need to then transfer there our depth parameter. So we grab our underwater audio, get, and we actually check first if it's valid, if it was spawned. So valid is valid, and if it is valid, then set float parameter. Target is our underwater audio. Name of parameter, it's our depth value. So I will just copy that and paste. And what is parameter? It's actually the difference between our camera component Z location and water surface Z location. So when our water surface, for example, 0, and camera location below that, then we're gonna have number -100, and as soon as we go deeper and deeper, that number will increase. So we need to have camera location and water surface location, and we're gonna subtract Z location from camera location. And because they're gonna be numbers like -100, -2000 or something, we need to normalize it to range from 0 to 4 in my case. And for that, I'm gonna use a map range clamped. So in range A, it's 0, and in range B, it's the lowest number that I'm gonna have. And to actually use that lowest number, I'm gonna print string that difference and see print. Okay, we don't have nothing to pass through that, so we're gonna disconnect it for now, and we're gonna go to our level and just check what's the difference at the lowest point. Okay, I'm the very deep bottom. It's -1500, around that. Okay. So I'm gonna put that number to in range B, -1550. And when I reach that point, I want to hear force audio. Actually, a little bit earlier than that. Maybe 450. Okay, and we're gonna send that float to our set float parameter node. Okay, let's check it. We need to have target, of course. Underwater audio. I can hear these little bubbles. Okay, most scary one. Deeper. Yes, and that sonar on the very deep bottom. Great, it works. So now we just need to add stop for that, because as soon as we leave water, it's not gonna stop so far. So if camera location Z not less than water surface, then we need to have our underwater audio and execute trigger parameters stop for that. Stop. And as soon as we leave the underwater surface, to have that audio again when we will be submerged again, because it was do once, we need to then reset it. Yeah, and one little sing. So when we just enter in the water, overlap with water, that branch could be false, right? But because we haven't been underwater yet, our underwater audio never responds, so we're gonna have error in here. And to avoid that, we need to have check if our underwater audio is valid. So if it is, then we're gonna stop it. And if it's not, then nothing's gonna happen. And the very last detail, we're gonna play audio effect of immersion underwater. So just play sound 2D. It's my hand in that case. And here the ones when we just start playing underwater effect, we're gonna play start underwater audio. Let's listen to that. Okay, everything works. Doesn't sound right. Because we need to do it once as well. So if underwater was spawned, so we were under the water, we need to do once stop the audio and spawn audio. But next time, when we're gonna cross the water line, we're gonna reset it. Okay. Also, don't forget to apply low pass filter and maybe decrease volume of all other sounds that is not related to your underwater effect to make that submersion realistic. The easiest way is to just apply passive sound class mix. In my case, it's everything that is not related assigned to above water sound class, and I just have low pass filter 500, and that's all. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to not miss new videos. See you!